Dr. Troy. Hey, Dr. Troy. Hey, Dr. Troy. Hey, Dr. Troy. I'm Dr. Troy, your relationship therapist and dating analyst. I reconnect you to your confidence, to repair where you hurt and restore your faith in relationships, in the dating process, so you can begin to attract the real love and intimacy that you desire in your life. And tonight I have a special guest. Her name is Paula Denocourt. She is a holistic health consultant, and she will be talking to us tonight about your love-hate relationship with food. But before that, y'all, let me tell y'all a little something. For the past few years, and I'm so ashamed because the single life it's a struggle. Okay, it's real. The struggle is real. So I say that to say this: for the past probably since I've been broadcasting. I'm not going to say what year because I'm almost a little ashamed. But I read this post that said, y'all really need to take the beeper thing off your smoke alarms, right? So I had been trying to get some gentleman to help me, right? It just didn't work out. It seems like when they would come over, it wasn't right, not right the time, or I would forget or whatever. So, like the single people, I had to go online and YouTube it. But listen, guys, listen. That's my chair, but listen. Nothing. And guess what? I did it myself. Okay. So let me tell you something, ladies. I know sometimes, you want the men to come and you don't want to do it. You don't want to deal with that. But sometimes you're just going to have to bite the bullet. You just have to bite the bullet. And you know what? It just builds your confidence. Years ago when I became single, I changed the toilet seat by myself. I know that don't sound like a big deal, but God, girl, I was walking around with my chest out like this for like a week. Super mom, I did this, and I mean, I don't want to, but when you have to do something and there's not a man readily available, then, you have to do what you got to do. And I'm going to tell you what else I just learned today. I didn't know my fire alarms was hardwired into the ceiling. I really thought I could just pull a sucker down and put another one up. I took that thing down. I said, Jesus, I'm about to electrocute myself. And so that's what made me go on YouTube. So anyway, enough for Dr. Troy and her shenanigans. But but I'm going to bring on Paula Denocourt, the holistic health consultant. So let me bring on Paula. Hey, Paula, how you doing? Oh, we can't hear you. We lost you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. Sorry, that was probably me. Hey, how you been?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on. So tell the audience what you do and how long you've been doing it, and who do you help?
Okay, so I'm a holistic health consultant. I've been doing my business since about 2010. Founder and CEO of enrichyourhealth.com. So for me, I suffered from multiple food allergies. So from there, I really had to learn to help myself. I worked in a prison for 22 years. I was a
Wow.
dispatcher. Yep. Worked 3 to 11. I was on by myself a lot. And so as a dispatcher, in my section, we were special services. We were the heart of the institution. So I dealt with everything, the riots that happened, the escapes, the hangings, you name it. 3 to 11 was when everything hit the fan all the time. So basically, my body was just shutting down from all the stress of that job. So I wound up with multiple food allergies, and I had to help myself. So from there, I went to like Worcester State University in Massachusetts to learn more about being a getting my bachelor's of health degree. I'm a little bit short of that, but almost there. And I went to integrated nutrition in New York City to become a health coach, because from everything I was learning to help myself, I realized I could start to help others. And then the field of Lyme disease actually fell into my lap. I started teaching raw food courses, and the woman who started Central Mass Lyme Foundation in Massachusetts took my course. She hadn't started Central Mass Lyme at the time. Her mom died of Lyme disease, but she was misdiagnosed with ALS. So at the time, her husband wasn't feeling very well. They were just taking classes to like eat healthier so he'd feel better. Well, fast forward, they found out that he had Lyme too. So that's why he wasn't feeling so well. So we just kind of stayed connected. I wound up working and helping with Lyme disease quite a bit. You know, I did talks for Lyme disease in Massachusetts, helped with Central Mass Lyme Foundation with some talks for them, and even there, like they did a couple of conferences, so we did that. I'm a dietary chef, and I'm also gluten intolerant, so this topic can be life-changing for people. Absolutely, Michelle.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes. My favorite topic, holistic health. Thank you. Yes. So I had to learn to help myself. I had to reset my body. At the same time I was going to integrated nutrition, I took a raw food course. So I learned how to eat whole foods without cooking. So I was teaching a lot of that. I taught in like the Boston area. I taught it continuing ed classes like in Brookline and things like that. So we did a lot of like, we made like vegetarian sushi with using cauliflower and things like that.
Oh, I love sushi.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so I had to help myself. So I had to overcome all these sensitivities that I was going through. Basically, the biggest problem was gluten. It wasn't digesting very well, and other foods weren't going down. So I'd go into anaphylactic shock. So I almost died on the job a few times. I've almost died. Even here, I moved to North Carolina, I almost choked to death because my body was a little bit inflamed from being stressed out. I moved here. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was moving to. I did have a little bit of gluten, but not a lot. But my body was just a little bit inflamed. And so when I ate regular food, I had a piece of chicken and I choked on it because my body was a little bit inflamed. Took me years to figure out all these things, to why they would happen and what was going on. It did turn out there's a name for it after 30 years. It's some sort of an autoimmune thing. It begins with an E. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But
Okay.
now I know what my limits are, and I eat mostly healthy foods, and I just can't have a lot of gluten or a lot of heavy, even gluten-free items that are too bready, too cakey, or anything like that. So I've done talks on Lyme disease. I've done talks on breast cancer. I've done, uh, you know, raw food classes. Like and raw food is not, it's basically just eating whole food. You only eat food that's not cooked over 118 degrees, 115 to 118 degrees, lightly steamed vegetables, fruits, vegetables, sea vegetables, nuts, seeds, sprouts. That's basically what it is. They dehydrate food to make like crackers and things like that, juicing. So I reset my whole body by doing that, going more raw. I wasn't all raw. And even now, I like a little bit of cooked food. I've been able to reintroduce things. I don't have to eat whole foods all the time. But in a nutshell, a lot of us just aren't getting enough digestive enzymes to digest the food that we eat. And this is why we have food sensitivities, food allergies.
Okay.
We're not having enough
So-
whole foods.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this question: What do you service a certain demographic of people, or just
Yeah,
those?
so I cater towards people that have issues in the gut, with food sensitivities, food allergies, or autoimmune issues. So I can help people that are suffering in pain. A lot of people that have food sensitivities, they're inflamed, so their body has a lot of arthritic type conditions. They're in pain all the time. They have joint pain. So by changing the diet, I can help them with that pain, help reduce bloating, and just, give them simple solutions. So I do that by doing like one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I have like lots of ebooks and recipe books that I put together. They're all digital on my website. And they're all like based on being dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, or very low sugar. and even nut-free, and then that reduces the inflammation. So it can help from anywhere from an autoimmune issue to a food allergy or even weight loss because it's
Okay.
reducing the inflammation in the body. So
Okay, that's great.
that's a little bit about me.
Let me take a quick break. For all of
Sure.
those who are joining me live, thank you so much for joining live on the show. I see your comments, and
Yes.
somebody said hello, Dr. Troy. So they're from Facebook. They won't give me the name on here. And Michelle Alexander says hello from Cleveland. And where am I going? Up, I'm going down. Oh, and she also said what you read already, Paula. I'm a dietary chef, and I'm also gluten intolerant. So this topic can be life changing to people, and it sure can, Michelle. Because so
Absolutely.
for those of you just coming on, my special guest today is Paula Denocourt. She is a holistic health consultant, and we are talking today about your love-hate relationship with food. Now, Paula, you mentioned inflammation, and I
Mm-hmm.
know that I was diagnosed with degenerative arthritis, but it was at the bottom of my spine, and it would hurt. It would radiate from my back across my hips, and it would hurt to sit, it would hurt to walk, it would hurt to stand, and it would hurt to lay down. And when I changed my diet and I eliminated the meat, I eliminated the chicken, and I started going fresh vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
I went from taking 800 milligram Motrin 3 times a day to no painkillers at all. So, and I look, I'm an advocate for, like, leave some of that stuff alone, because it'll swell up your joints. It'll just create the
Right.
pain, you know. So, like Michelle was saying, this is very life changing, because this changed my life, because I really thought I was going to have to like be in a walker or something the way it was on. But ever since 2017, I just stopped and changed my diet, and it's just done wonders for me. So everybody, get out your paper and pencil, because Paula is going to teach us something on your love-hate relationship with food, her mini course on this show, the Dr. Troy Show. Okay, Paula, you still there? Because I think you froze a little bit on me.
Yeah, it looks frozen. Am I here?
Yeah, I see your face.
Am I here? It looks frozen.
I know it looks frozen.
Connected. Says disconnected.
I know you disconnected, but they can hear you. So why don't you
Okay.
refresh and come back?
How do I do that?
Let's see.
Reset.
You,
Easier
you got
said than done. Camera. Exit.
trying. Okay, so click on exit. And ladies and gentlemen, this is live. So we're just having a few technical difficulties, but Paula's gonna go out and come back in. That
Circle
little
thing at the
circle thing
top of
on
the
the top.
tab.
Yeah, it looks like the little sprocket, right?
Top left.
Top left. Um, hmm. Let me see. I can. Oh, now you're going all together.
I am.
Uh-huh. It says disconnected. Let me send you uh, um another invite, okay? Uninvite. Let's see. Close that. I thought I uninvited. Let's see. I'm gonna send you another invite, okay? Here it is. Okay, I sent it. By the arrow for your browser. Okay, we are just having some technical difficulties here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Hold on, guys. At the top, it's by the arrow for your browser and Chrome refresh. Okay. Oh, that. Yeah. All right, I'm back and we're back. The tab that says haps.tv, post, etc., that part of the tab, not the broadcast studio. Haps. Happening to me. This can't be happening to me. No, it can't be happening to me. That little semicircle at the top with an arrow is the way your guest can refresh. You will find. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. The semicircle at the top. Okay. All right, Paula, I'm going to invite you again. And I invited you again, Paula. Hard to explain in text, LOL, the thingy. I knew. Okay, so I have 3 bars, so I know I'm doing good over on this end. It's probably on her end. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. I know she's going to get it. I know she's going to get it. It's going to come on. She's going to get it. It's going to come on. Is she in Chrome on her PC? Let's see. Are you using Chrome on your PC? I am texting her in Facebook Messenger. Okay, let's see. Hey, you're back.
Am I back?
Woo.
Yeah, it just totally froze. I think the Wi-Fi disconnected.
Mm-hmm. Won't he do it? Okay. So you have the floor, Paula. We're taking notes.
Okay. All right, so after all that fun. Yay, I'm back. Yes. Okay. I don't know if I'm on Chrome. I'm not even sure. I think so. All right. So anyway, so our love-hate relationship with food. Well, let's go back to like when you were little. Let's talk about how we get addicted to sugar. So I want to talk about, why is it saying that? Oh, it's saying to connect to an Ethernet, and I would, but I connected all that for my other job. So, so let's hope it stays stable. If not, then I will connect it. So let's talk about when I was little. I got addicted to sugar from baby food, believe it or not. It was a good start anyway. My audio is great. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's hope it stays stable. So, they stopped putting in sugar in baby food many, many years ago. But when I was little, there was sugar in baby food. So as a kid, we'd get like for a treat, like blueberry buckle. I always wanted blueberry buckle. It was just kind of a treat every once in a while. And it had sugar in it. So I loved it. Okay, fast forward. I liked things like Frosted Flakes. I liked Cheerios with sugar on top of it, no milk. I wouldn't eat any fruit or anything. I just, the more sugar, the better. Even apple juice, I liked apple juice better than things like orange juice. Hated orange juice, wasn't sweet enough. So, right from the get-go, I had that love of sugar. And I think a lot of us do. And we don't know that it's an addiction. Sugar, I don't know how many of you know this on here. You can put it in the chat if you do know it. Sugar is as addictive as cocaine. So there's your love relationship. Am I, addicted to sugar? Sugar is worse than cocaine. Huh? So yeah, it's we get addicted to it right from the get-go. We get that sweet tooth because of what we're eating right as a kid, right as a child. What I didn't know until I got older and started studying all this stuff is, yeah, very addictive. Yes. What I didn't know is that I wasn't getting it in my food. I'd give my carrots to the dog. So I didn't even want carrots. Carrots have sugar in it, Sweet potatoes have sugar. Onions have sugar. What else? I'm trying to think. Onions, carrots, sweet potatoes, your fruits, grapes, apples, bananas. I wasn't getting enough sugar in real whole foods. I wasn't getting the right kind of sugar. So because of that, my body was like looking for it. Like, we need some sugar. We need it to survive, but we need the right kind of sugars. So that's that love-hate relationship right there. It's just, we fall in love with sugar. And then if you look at the emotional aspect of it, my mom, she was Italian. She made like homemade chocolate chip cookies if we went to, we'd go to the Cape Cod for vacation. She made homemade chocolate chip cookies, loved them. She made them if we went to the drive-in. We used to go to the drive-in when we were little, which was really fun. So those were joyous occasions, right? So here's your homework assignment. I want you guys to think about that. What is your comfort that every time you see that food, it brings you back to a state of a joyful time? Or maybe it was a joyful time of year all the time. It could be Christmas, could be a birthday, could be vacation, things like that. So there was that, until this day when I see chocolate chip cookies, I still want them. I'm like, chocolate chip cookies, and, Chips Ahoy didn't cut it. I want the real, like, what do you call it? Homemade chocolate chip cookies, because it just brought back an emotion. And that was one thing I noticed in this pandemic. I was working part-time in a grocery store, and I'm in a very wealthy area here in Lake Norman, North Carolina. I moved from Massachusetts, and people were overloading their carts with a lot of crap food. And I would have thought, here we are in a pandemic, somebody can just breathe on you the wrong way and it could kill you, right? This is what they're making us think. And they're buying chips and Oreos and alcohol and ice cream and, I don't even know, just lots of junk food, lots of cookies and junk food. And what I thought about afterwards, because I even found myself doing it or wanting it, I think they were trying to grab onto a sense of joy, something that brought them joy. It was all childhood food. I mean, granted, some of it was for the kids because kids were out of school, they were home. Don't get me wrong, But I think part of it was people looking for something that brought them joy because they didn't know what tomorrow brought. So I was like, okay, let's just eat what makes me happy, right? So put that in the chat. Is there something that's making you think right now? Like what's your go-to, your comfort go-to, you know? So your love-hate relationship with food, fast forward, I grew up on wanting sugar all the time. And then as I got a little bit older, I was able to eat what I wanted for breakfast. I still wanted sugar. I would buy Entenmann's raspberry danishes for breakfast. I'd buy the big chocolate chip cookies and have that for breakfast. Chips, Michelle is chips for her. Yep. Chips was another one. I love my salt. And, I'd come up from school. Like I said, this was when I got a little bit older and I was able to do what I wanted. Mom and Dad didn't control me quite as much. Still, still controlled, but not as much with the food. I would have like Doritos as soon as I came home until, they didn't know I was eating them. You know what I mean? I'd hide it. I was like, oh, time for the Doritos, I love that salt. I love that sugar. So fat, started having food allergies and sensitivities. Thankfully, I started to change my ways because I was tired all the time. So before I even knew I had food allergies or sensitivities, I would buy every piece of gym equipment out there, every infomercial out there. So I'd have energy. I bought a treadmill because I wanted energy. So thankfully it was starting to change my ways before I got these food allergies that I knew about. And so from there, I just, had to start changing my ways. And then I had the food allergies. So luckily the transition of having to eat more vegetables and get away from all the cheeses and all these things. Appreciate a word. Oh, awesome. Luckily I got away from eating like the Alfredo sauces and the sugars. All these things are addictive. Cheese is addictive. Cheese causes a little bit, like mucus in you. So right now, here's a tip for you. It's allergy season, or even like with COVID or any symptoms of anything that could possibly be COVID or even a variant of it. You want to keep away from that mucusy stuff. And dairy and cheese is going to cause a lot of mucus and congestion in your body. So either eliminate it or find things that are alternatives like almond milk, rice milk. God, there's a million of them now. Oat milk, hemp milk, you name it. You want to try to eliminate different things like cheese and dairy. That's going to cause congestion. Allergy season's in full force right now. You're getting stuffed up, all that kind of stuff. Stay away from the dairy. So there's a tip for you, because that's one thing I noticed. Drink a lot of water. That'll help you as well. But that's the love-hate relationship. I grew up loving sugar. I hate that I had to, not eat as much sugar, obviously. And my rock bottom, oddly enough, and when I realized my body really needs sugar, like to live, the right kinds of sugar, the fruits, the vegetables, I actually was starving myself because I didn't know what was going to cause me to go into anaphylactic shock. I was starving myself. So I actually stopped at the grocery store and got marshmallows. That was kind of my rock bottom. I'm like, I cannot live on marshmallows. And believe it or not, those didn't bother me. But, I can't live on marshmallows, right? So it's because my body needed sugar. So that, loved sugar growing up. The hate part is I hate that I have to, I don't want to say give it up, but I had to give up a lot of the things I loved. I had to, but I've learned other alternatives of it. I changed my palate. Even if I go off the beaten path, I don't as much anymore. But like when I was back in Massachusetts, when I worked at the jail, when my mom was alive, Christmas time was tough. Everybody's got cookies and cakes and pies and all this stuff. So I'd want to cheat a little bit. And what would happen? I'd get bloated. My body didn't digest those things very well. So luckily for me, I didn't get the joint pain, but a lot of people that have these food allergies and food sensitivities do get joint pain. That comes with the territory. So that's probably my biggest love-hate relationship with food, and then, you just attach the emotion to it. A lot of times, if you want to talk about like being single, for one, Janine Roth says it best, what are you really hungry for? So, you come home, if you might be working from home now, but before that, you'd come home from work and you'd want whatever it is, a bowl of ice cream or a bag of chips or cookies or whatever. what are you really hungry for? Is it because something's missing in your life? Is it because you don't have a partner, or you might have a money issue in your life too, or career? You hate your job. It's an emotional attachment. You're just kind of taking your emotions out on that food. So I hope that's pretty helpful, some love-hate ideas. And I want to start, I don't want to just tell my idea of love-hate relationship with food. I want to stir you up and get you thinking, like, what's your love-hate relationship?
My love-hate relationship, I love
Mm-hmm.
food.
Right?
I am a New Orleanian, and we don't eat to live, we live to eat. And so, knowing that, it's more like, oh, what you on Sunday, we want to know, well, what's going to be cooking the next Sunday, because we live
Right.
into the get to the next Sunday so we can eat. So um I come from a family that loves to eat and love food. uh Thank God that I had a metabolism that would burn it off. So, but now I find as I get older, um food doesn't love me as much, and my body is starting to hate certain things.
Right.
So I found when I was younger I could drink milk, but now I really can't.
Mm.
Now I've been allergic to nuts since I was young, and I had an incident when I was young. Then I had an incident not a few years back where I couldn't smell or taste that there was peanut butter in these cookies, because I guess the factory made them in this huge vat and it was just a small amount of peanut butter. Because normally with my allergy, if somebody touched the peanut and touched my hand, I would instantly welt. So it took a few minutes
Mm.
for the peanut butter to get to work its way in my stomach, and my stomach to say, wait, hold on, we can't keep this. So my tongue started swelling. And to make matters worse, I was throwing it. My body was rejecting it. It was throwing, it was coming up and it was shutting my throat. And I remember just thinking, oh my God, I don't want nobody in this building to be kissing on me, blowing their air in me. So I I left out. I drove to the nearest Family Dollar, bought a whole bottle of Benadryl and drank half of it because I didn't want nobody trying to give me mouth to mouth resuscitation.
Wow. Yeah. Mm.
Because I was like, I was one of three women working in this building, and the rest were men. So if I passed out, um, I hate to picture that, and wake up with somebody kissing me with my chest open, about to put the things on me. I said, no, we're not gonna let this happen. I prayed all the way there. I kept saying, Jesus, don't let my throat close up, Lord. I'm going to the store right now. I'm going to get it right now. And really, my throat was closing up. So I drank
Yeah.
like a half a bottle of Benadryl, and that got me, okay. And then after that, I really did begin to keep an EpiPen with me.
Mm.
But I noticed that as had gotten older, white beans do not agree with me. That almost sent me to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack. Because gas will make you think you're having a heart attack.
Right.
I know you shouldn't laugh, Michelle, but laugh. It was funny because I was laughing and drinking the Benadryl at the same time. So,
Oh.
so now I know that like I'm a coffee drinker, tea drinker. So I know the largest part of my sugar is when I use my cream and my sugar. And I try to make that 1 cup in the morning. That's so it's raw, that raw sugar. But
Mm.
hormonally, certain times of the month, I turn into the cookie monster. I got to have the chocolate chip cookies. I don't care. I'm not worried about my weight. I want my chocolate. And I want my eggs, and I want my French fries. And I've come to realize Jack in the Box. Do y'all have a Jack in the Box?
Probably
No.
is in North Carolina, but I don't go there.
Okay. Well, they have the best French fries. I used to think it was McDonald's. It's not. It's Jack in the Box. You know, they can use me as a spokesperson. They have the best shakes and they have the best French fries. Everything else is crap. Okay. But I gotta have those things. I will fry an egg over easy with French fries. It's terrible. It's terrible. But it's just that hormonal thing, you know. I'm
Right,
trying
right.
to get a handle on it. And look, I will purposely not eat certain things just so I can have those sugars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm not adding too many extra things to me. So yeah, I definitely have a love-hate relationship with food. And around the holidays, you know, the gumbo, the oyster dressing, the cornbread dressing, you know, all those different things. Wait, the sweet potato pie, the candy yams. Oh my God, I got to
Yeah,
have it.
yeah.
You know, so, and I think everybody can relate. Michelle said, I've switched to a more darker style chocolate and I find myself only needing a little bit. Well, I'm gonna have to try that. But for me,
Yeah, do it. Yeah, that helped me
yeah.
too. Yep.
Okay, so the dark chocolate, and I love dark chocolate. It doesn't matter what chocolate. I'm gonna eat it all when it's when it's
It's
that
better
time
for
in
you.
the month. I'm just,
Get the
yeah, I'm gonna
cacao.
eat it,
It's better for
you
you.
know.
Yeah, get the
But I
cacao.
know I've gotten better with it because I'm not experiencing the pain the way I used to. And I just happened to leave all meat alone. I left the pork alone. Um,
Good.
so it's helped me,
Yeah,
and it's helped me keep my weight down because you know as you get older, your metabolism gets slower. And I think your metabolism slows even if you're exercising a lot. It's just with
right,
age, it
right.
just may not slow down as quicker as slow as you being a couch potato, but it slows down, and you have to begin to watch your weight if you want to maintain, you know, that weight. You have to watch your calories, and it's the calories, you know,
Hmm.
that we're eating. So, and I like to have my one glass of wine at night. So I do. So I ration my food because I'm making space for the calories in the wine.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah.
I got to. So now that we've talked about the love hate relationship with food, are you dating?
I'm not dating right now, no.
Okay, how long has it been since you've been on a date?
Oh gosh, it's been forever. Quite a long time. Uh-huh.
What's stopping you from
Oh,
dating?
actually, I've just been trying to build my business, and then I wound up moving and yeah, just been a lot of, yep. Mhm.
So would you like to date?
Oh, I'm open to it if somebody came around. Yeah. I'm not
So so,
against it.
so it's more like, oh Lord, drop that man off at my door. It's more like that. That's the prayer you
Kinda,
pray.
yeah, kinda. But I'm not like wallowing
Let him
over it.
ring the doorbell,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not wallowing over it. It's more like I've got a mission right now, God wants it's using me for different things, and if he's got a guy for me, great, but I'm not like, God, bring me a man. No.
So, but
I'm
are
good.
you going places to meet a man?
Right now, no.
Okay, well, we
Yeah.
know what the percentage is on that. You meeting him because I don't know how many people have actually met their soulmate after they rung the doorbell. Although I thought I got pretty close with the UPS guy. Oh my God, he was so fine. Jesus. But anyway, that's about as close to the perfect guy for me coming to the door is the UPS guy. But
Yeah.
Michelle says gluten-free can be a pain because rice flour items spike your blood sugar, but it's so hard to eat a sandwich. Every sandwich seems like a salad with no bread.
I
Every
use the
sandwich seems like a salad with no bread.
Foodies.
Oh, I know what you mean, Michelle. I know, because I eat sandwiches, but I don't put meat on it. But I'm gonna tell you, I was raised with a very old-fashioned grandmother, and my grandmother would take lettuce, tomato, pickles, and make the best sandwich between two slices of bread. There was no meat. and and one day I remembered that after she was long gone and I had my kids. So I say, well, I'm gonna take it one step further. So I took bell peppers, all three different kinds, some onion, some mushrooms, and some tomato and lettuce. I kind of sauteed the vegetables lightly because I like them to crunch. I put them on the bread with the lettuce and the tomato and the pickle, and I put them on French bread, being from New Orleans, French bread. And I remember my kids like, oh, make us a sandwich, make us, I want one, I want one, I want one, I want one. So I made them all a sandwich. And then they bit into it like 2 times. And I was just looking at them, waiting to see if they realized there was no meat on the sandwich, you know. So they bit into it and chewed, and then I started seeing their faces change. Then one by one they started opening the bread. They said, "Where's the meat, Mama?" I said, "There's no meat on these sandwiches." But they ate them anyway. But it was just funny. But
so Michelle, to answer your question, what I do is I use the Udi's hamburger rolls on occasion. I can't eat them every day.
How do you spell Udi's?
UDIS. The hamburger rolls on occasion, and I toast it.
And what is it made out of?
I don't know. I'd have to go get one.
Okay.
But it's gluten-free. It's gluten-free. But I just, on occasion, like I won't do it every day, but I'll toast it and then maybe like make a tuna sandwich on that, or, you know, that way if I really need like something bready, then that will fulfill me, but not every day. So just to answer your question, that's the one I like the best. I mean, there's so many like gluten-free breads out there, but that one I like the best. It's Udi's hamburger rolls, and they're gluten-free. They're in the frozen section. I find them at Harris Teeter. It might be Kroger's where you are. I don't know. They're like sister companies.
Now, explain what gluten is.
Well, gluten's like the glue, like that holds everything together. It holds like your pastas together and just like pulls everything together. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a substance that holds everything together. And that's why it's just like glue. It sticks to your intestines, so it's not good for you. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for that. Now I have to, you're making me look at, my hamburgers a different way now, which is not hamburger. I use the soy, the veggie burgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are pretty good. So have you ever been married?
No.
Never been married.
Mm-mm.
Do you have kids?
No.
No children. Okay. You sound like perfect.
Far from perfect.
No drama, no daddy drama. Just waiting to get married.
Just wait until the time is right. Yep.
Well, I had a professor once, and she said she didn't marry till she was almost 50. And then she added that she remained a virgin. So that was impressive, admirable. And she said, when I met her, she was almost 20 years into the marriage. So that was nice. That gave me a different outlook on the term you say, waiting for your mate, So yeah. So anyway, Paula, how can everyone connect with you?
Okay, so they can go to my website, enrichyourhealth.com, ENRICHURHEALTH.com. You want me to put it in the chat?
Oh, Enrich Your Health.
Yeah. Let me put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Enrich.
I lost my husband in 2015. I prayed to be busy while waiting if love would come again.
Oh,
Yeah, Michelle, that's what you need to do. You have to pursue the purpose that's in your heart. And as you do that, he'll come along. I'm now in a
and
great relationship with a
yeah,
widower.
that's
We've been dating
basically
for over a year. That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. Now, did you put it in chat?
I did. It didn't go through? Oh, that's the search. Okay, wait a minute. It says comment private. What's up with that?
Just click on it. The thing should go away, and then you should be able to comment in it.
Let me try that.
Unlock the lock. Yeah. See the little lock is pink? Unlock it.
There we go. That worked. Okay, I was trying to figure it out. I'm like,
Okay.
how does this work? Okay.
Enrich your health. You are.
Yeah, so if you go on my website,
Mhm.
that will connect you to my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram. I do have a Lyme disease page, I believe, that you can connect with there as well. I'm on Clubhouse under just my name at Paula Denocourt if you want to follow me on Clubhouse. Yeah, follow me on my social media sites. Go to my store. There's free gifts. If you guys want free gifts, you can get Reversing Illness is a free ebook, or you can get a 6-day immunity meal plan guide. So you can get both or one or the other. And then I've got ebooks and recipe books. They're all digital, all based on reducing inflammation, helping with food allergies, and I believe in simplicity. So I don't have like a laundry list of ingredients in those books because I've had to eat gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, nut-free, all of it. I'm not as bad anymore, thank God.
Mhm.
But I know what that boat's like to be in, and I do not want to be putting in a boatload of ingredients.
Right. Right.
It's not fun. It's, you're trying to figure out what you can eat. Who the heck wants to be? Here's a perfect example, and not to knock, I'm not even going to say the name of the book or anything like that, but there's a book out there for Lyme disease these women made this recipe book. It's phenomenal. It's fantastic. There's a lot of good information as well as recipes, but when you look at those recipes, very difficult, a lot of work. Who in
Right.
their right mind is going to be sick and want to put these recipes together? They
Right.
would have to do it like, okay, let's put these recipes together today, put that aside. And then you know what I mean? Like put these ingredients together today, I should say. Put that aside. Tomorrow we'll add that to this mix because it's just too much.
Yeah.
So, they're beautiful, beautiful women. It's a beautiful book. I have it. But that I wanted to put together recipes that are not difficult, that are tasty, that I would eat myself, that type of thing. So
Okay. So, do you think that the food allergies that people are getting nowadays, is that because of the processed foods, the way they're processing them, uh,
yeah,
the GMOs and
it's a combination of a lot of things. Like I started with multiple food allergies around 2000, 2001. That's when I knew I had it, put it that way. I may have had it longer. And it was unheard of. My doctor didn't know what to do with me. They heard of a milk allergy or a peanut allergy. But
mm,
these combo, like multiple food allergies, really didn't exist. Now you look around, look how many kids are, they have so many different allergies. It's a combination. It's our environment. It's a lot of things that we're ingesting every day, our shampoos, our soaps, our whatever, disinfectants, all of our environment, things that are around us. It's what's in the food. They're putting antibiotics and hormones in the food. That's
right,
making us less immune to things. That could be another problem with COVID and COVID variants and even the vaccine. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the fact that we have a weaker immune system doesn't help us. I
right,
don't care. And here's a tip: whether you get the vaccine or not, that's your choice. I'm not going to say yay or nay against it. No matter what we do, a lot of us are walking around with issues. We have autoimmune issues. I know by talking to people, I know by hearing it, whether they have arthritic issues or gut issues or whatever. A lot of times there's an autoimmune issue under that. And that makes us more susceptible to COVID or a variant of it. So we have to keep our immune system up. And if you get the vaccine, that's got stuff in it. We don't know what's in those. you've got to have a good immune system to be able to deal with whatever you're putting in your body. So it doesn't, whether you get it or you don't get it, keep your immune system up. We don't know what's coming.
Right,
We
right,
have to be prepared. You
right.
could be as healthy as anything and still get something. I'm not,
Yeah,
there's health coaches that have come down with COVID that I saw it.
right,
But that's your best bet is whether
right.
you get the vaccine or you don't, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say yay or nay against it. That's your choice. But keep your immune system up. Don't use that as a false sense of security. Don't be like, oh, I can drink anything I want now. I can eat anything I want now. I got the vaccine. That's a false sense of security. Keep your immune
I
system
agree.
up. Yeah.
Right. So thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Everybody, thank you to my live viewers. Thank you for participating. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for coming on Instagram. And thank you. Can I actually come back again sometime?
Yes, absolutely. This was awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm still laughing about your starting comments about fixing the toilet yourself and stuff, because I've been there. We'll end it on this note. When you were talking about the fire alarm thing, you really want to laugh? When I had my townhouse, mine was all rigged with electrical too in my townhouse. And so it was falling off the thing. So I got some kind of, I don't know what like some kind of putty to make it stick back up there. I didn't know how to put it up there. So I got some kind of putty to stick it up there. It stayed for quite a long time, but it got really nasty looking after a while. So I totally get the, I don't have anybody trying to fix toilets. And yeah, I've been there. And even still, I'm in a condo and they don't come help you. So, you know what I mean? Even though I'm renting, they could care less. So I'm still having to do things on my own. I had to just fix my toilet about a month ago. I had to go buy one of those
the inners
a snake.
inside.
Snake. Yeah, I had to buy a snake to
snake.
get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't going anywhere. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I bought the whole liquid stuff. The what do you call it?
Liquid plumber.
No, the industrial kind, because it works. That usually does the trick. The industrial kind, it gets rid of grease and everything. Nope, that wasn't doing it. I'm like, go buy a snake, because they're not going to help me. They know they're not. They don't care. So I was laughing. I'm like, yep, been there. I know what that's like.
I know. And then you're trying to fix it. You're kind of laughing at yourself and crying at the same time, but you got to do it.
Yeah, whatever works.
I know. So this has been Dr. Troy with Miss Paula Denocourt, your relationship therapist and dating analyst, saying as always, thank you for coming on. Love yourself first. Always communicate in truth, especially with yourself. And always pursue your purpose. And I'll see y'all next Monday on the Dr. Troy Show. Dr. Troy. Hey, 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 Dr. Troy. I'll see y'all again real soon. Bye now.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Bye.